Hey Legacy Builders, welcome back to Mind Your Money. In today's video, I'm doing the last and final expense tracking for the month of November. So if you have not been here before, hello and welcome. I track my budget and all of our spending from Sunday to Saturday. So for me, my budget for November, the budget period started on October 29th and has ended on November 25th. I hope you can see that. So that means I'm tracking everything from this week on. And the last time I checked in, I had charges up until the 20th. So really, we're going to be tracking from the 21st through the 25th. And then the first week of December for me starts on November 26th. So we'll get to that later. I have a lot of videos coming out for Vlogmas, and I just appreciate everybody who's tuning in. Now I'm trying to use natural light, and the sun is going in and out and in and out. So I hope that the lighting is not too terrible. See, the sun is coming back up again. So hopefully you're seeing everything clearly. So when I ended on the 20th, we had our final charge on that date was DoorDash. I ordered pizza. That is coming from miscellaneous, and that was $36.99. So that was the last charge. So we only have a few that have posted since then. And I want to just pause right here and say I did read this comment, and I was really so grateful for it, because in honesty, it does help me. And it kind of, I was getting that conviction also of drawing out all of our food, eating out, or like, you know, groceries, those I want to split them out and just take them out from miscellaneous. So what I might do, because I use Capital One 360 for most of our expenses, I will probably take my Amazon account that I'm not using anymore. It's a high yield savings account, and rename it to like groceries or something like that. Or maybe I'll rename it food, so that way we can combine eating out and groceries from there instead of opening a brand new account, since I'm really not using the Amazon account anymore, because we have an annual bills account, which is a fund that we use to put money into so we can pay all of our annual subscriptions and annual bills, like our software security, our Prime membership, which is with Amazon. So I won't need the Amazon fund anymore. But I'm thinking I just need to strategize a little more, talk to my husband, and we can hopefully split up those categories somewhere in the first quarter of 2023. So maybe at the end of January, maybe going into February, I'll have a better system of tracking the groceries that we buy and the food that we purchase, like when we eat out. So I want to say thank you for that comment. I really do appreciate it. So let me zoom you in now, and let's talk about what happened from the 21st. Stop and Shop grocery run, that was coming from miscellaneous, $196.17. We're trying to stock up a little bit more for the food that we need to prepare after the baby comes. And then Walmart, I bought some plants from Walmart. That's coming from miscellaneous, and that's $60.52. Now again, I'm buying more things for the house just as a way to be prepared for baby. I feel like plants just bring such a refreshing to the home, so I'm buying as many as I can that I can put up in high places and just, you know, clear the atmosphere, make it fresher and cleaner and just nicer. So normally I would probably have categorized this as a household expense, but since right now I'm just like, I'm very near the end of this pregnancy, very near to giving birth, I'm just like putting everything into miscellaneous for now. So minimum interest. Okay, this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So there was a minimum interest charge of 50 cents. Now, if you were here before, you might remember, but if you weren't, I'll just let you know that in October, I had expenses that I had not paid in full yet. And I've already closed out October, obviously. But a lot of the expenses that I had, I did pay it off. And the total that I paid was $868.62. I paid that on November 11th. So that would avoid me having to pay any interest. So they only charged me 50 cents interest. And on the 23rd of November, I used the cash rewards to reduce that. So that's done. 11/24, Stop and Shop, more groceries. That's coming from miscellaneous. We charge $49.48. And then on Starbucks, not on Starbucks, at Starbucks, I bought some food for myself for $10.89. That again is coming from miscellaneous. And then MTA, a travel expense, that's coming from transportation. That was $34. And the last charge on the 24th was from Dunkin' Donuts. My husband bought some food for himself. That's coming from miscellaneous. That's $6.93. The last charge for the month of November was on the 25th from Amazon. It was a Prime Video. That's coming from miscellaneous, and we charged $9.99. Only what's shaded in this little black color is what was paid. Now, I want to talk to you about what I've paid so far since our last check-in, or since my last check-in. So I think I went through the 20th. So the 22nd, I paid this miscellaneous expense. I bought some building blocks for my youngest son, and that was $37.56. That was paid. I think that was on the 21st. I paid back the credit card from our Christmas fund for this Christmas gift I bought for one of my sons. That was $111.76. And then I think that was it. Oh, yeah. So I have been making some payments. I do have another page. So let's go over here because I think I made more. I made a payment on the 22nd for $6 from transportation. I made another payment. Well, this is probably reducing the cash reward. So we use cash rewards to cover these smaller charges. For $2.90, I covered that. And then also here at the bottom, $8.70. I covered that with cash rewards too. So I've been taking care of it as much as I can every single day, just to make sure all the charges, something gets paid. Even if I can't pay everything back, you know, with the income we have coming in right now, I'm paying piece by piece by piece. So let me take out my burgundy pen and just work on really quickly our categories. So I think we have about 5 categories. We definitely have miscellaneous. I want to total up how much we have charged in these categories, which are actual savings accounts, so I know how much we spent per category for the entire month of November. And then we have household. And then there was monthly bills, of course, because that comes from the operating account itself. Then we have transportation. Transportation is a big one. We have to start beefing that up again. But I've already pre-planned my next budgets, but my husband's income is going to be changing. Praise the Lord. We're going to be getting more, so we're going to talk about that probably sometime in December. Wellness is another one. We spent from wellness in the month of November, so I think that's more than 5. And then Christmas, I think we spent from clothing, but I can't remember. But I'm going to just cut this part out. I'm going to categorize everything and then come back and tell you how much we spent per these 6 categories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I calculated all of the charges for miscellaneous, and we charged $2,853.28. And I want to share a little bit about where we spent that money, because a bulk of it, let me see if I go back, the bassinet was $358. That was a big one from miscellaneous. Then we had a sofa bed. I saw it here. We bought a sofa bed for $300 right there. That was a large expense. $309 for multiple things. Multiple air purifiers. We had bought some bedding. I bought some new pillows. I bought a pregnancy pillow for me. So that That was a lot. That was a big one. And then these, of course, this is still related to the baby coming, right? And then I don't know if there was any large purchases here that I remembered, I can recall. No, but the bassinet, the bedding, the air purifiers, those were the largest charges that we made so far for the month of November. So 2,853.28. So now let me calculate household. So for household, we charge $4.82 and a cent, or I should say from household, $482 and 1 penny. Okay, and then for monthly bills, let me track and calculate those. So for monthly bills that can be charged on the credit card, $292 and 16 cents. Transportation, that's a little less this month, but it's still a high category. Let's see. Okay, not too bad in my opinion compared to other months. $193 and 60 cents is what we charge on this card for transportation. And then wellness, I think we only had one, maybe two charges in wellness for the month. So there were two charges. One was from Mary Ruth's, which I really like, and then the other was a part of my prescription that I had to pay for. So $129 and 17 cents for the month. That might be the lowest spending category for the month. And then Christmas, we had $111.76 plus, I wrote a note at the bottom, $215.99. So $327 and 75 cents for Christmas. That was easy because we only bought one item per child and then a few small things for them using cash rewards, using gift cards that I earned through Fetch, and also there was somewhere else, Merrifield, because you can get Amazon gift cards just for snapping receipts there too. So some of what we bought for Christmas, we didn't charge it. We used gift cards to cover it. So that's all of the spending for the month. $2,853 and 28 cents from miscellaneous. That was the largest spending category. The second largest was household, $4.82 and a cent. Then of course we paid bills. That was under $300. Transportation was under $200, which I'm still amazed by. Wellness was $129.17 and Christmas was $327.75. So the next time I do this, I probably will still be using miscellaneous, but maybe again sometime in the first quarter of 2024, once I get back into a good routine, because again the baby's going to be here soon. I'll more than likely change miscellaneous and take out groceries or food. I'll name it food. So then I'll know how much we're spending on groceries, how much we're spending on eating out or ordering in. Because I really do not want to open a new account right now. I just don't want to go through it. I mean, maybe I'll do it, but for right now, I'm thinking once I talk to my husband, we'll just rename that Amazon fund to food. And then we'll put money in there each week. So that way we can track it better on our expense tracking. And then again, when we close out our budget, right? And when we do our weekly budgets, I'll be able to put food as an expense category instead of just miscellaneous alone. Because I still do use that miscellaneous account to hold on to the rent for the next month. So that way at least we get a little interest on top of it. And it's only a placeholder for the time being. So let's see how that works. Before you go, I want to share with you how I plan on tracking digitally, since I don't know if I'll be able to sit down and go through my budget workbook every month after December just to share, okay, how are we doing with the credit card? How are we making payments and stuff? So I created a little Excel spreadsheet that I want to share with you. So this is what I created, not anything elaborate, just a column for the date, the transaction, the category, the amount that we charged, if we paid the balance or not, or if we paid the charge or not. And then the balance is going to be kept right here. And this is going to be for December 23rd. Again, my budgeting period is from the 26th of November to December 30th. Did I say December budgeting period? I hope I did. Pregnancy brain, y'all. Still pregnancy. Okay. Still pregnant, still have a lot going on, and I'm trying to get as much done as I can. So December's budgeting period for me, November 26th through December 30th, the first Sunday to the last Saturday. So we're going to be starting December obviously with a zero balance because we're closing November's expense tracking and we're going to start fresh for December. So I can separate the two. So whenever I need to make payments for charges we made in November, I can just open up the workbook and look at this and say, okay, we did charge something on November 13th. I'm going to pay that off now. And then um, when I do have all of those charges paid, I'm going to share that with the community here because you guys are keeping us accountable. Doing this every week means I'm forcing myself to take a look at what we're spending, what is being charged. So I'm not ignorant to how much we owe on this card. Right now, as of the date I'm recording, we have $5,000 balance. But then again, bills are going to be rolling in, bills are going to be paid, and that's how it's going to keep going like that. And whatever cash rewards we have at the time, I'm going to be using that as always to reduce previous charges. The smaller amounts first and work our way up. So I am not sure if I am going to take a small portion of our emergency fund to pay down some of the charges, some of the larger charges from November. I might end up doing that, but we'll see because we still have Christmas bonus. We still have end of the year cash gifts that usually family would send and stuff like that we can put towards some of those things that we've already purchased, like the bassinet and all of the laundry stuff for baby and just all the big things that we had to buy. Hopefully, we can take care of that. So we're just trusting the Lord with that part. And thanks again for the suggestion. I'm definitely going to be pulling out what I was using in miscellaneous, the food, the groceries, all those I'm going to pull that out and separate it sometime in the first quarter, probably going into February. Again, just to give myself some time to get acclimated to the baby girl and the new setup and all the things that come along with postpartum stuff. So this is what I'm going to be using. So more than likely for the first check-in in December, you'll be seeing this spreadsheet and I'll start just record the screen and go through what we charge so far so we can keep an accurate balance. I think we're really getting close to being done. I really don't think we have a lot more to purchase to get the house ready or for baby girl because we've also gotten some gifts from people supporting us via the registries on Amazon and Target. So thank you so much. So I don't think we'll have a lot of those miscellaneous expenses in December. Most of it is probably just going to be the boring regular things, the monthly bills that we buy, and doing a few grocery runs here and there just to make sure we have everything together. Because, again, by the time baby comes, the other children are going to be home from school, and these boys eat like wolves. So we will probably be buying a little bit more there. And that's pretty much it. I just wanted you guys to see that so that you know what to expect going forward. Even though I'm a pen and paper girl to my heart, I have to sit down and write these things out. But because of time constraints and noise volume, all those types of things, breastfeeding, nursing, you know, all that, I think a spreadsheet would just be a little bit easier. So hopefully you guys like that. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Okay, so that is it, and that is all. I tracked everything. I'm done with November. Of course, we're not done with making payments. We still have charges that we have to pay back. But I'm closing out all of our charges. Anything that we charge from now on, from the 27th or the 26th onward through December 30th, is going to be tracked in December only. Again, I think we won't have too much outside of regular bills and transportation costs, and you know, a few grocery runs here and there. So hopefully you guys will continue to stick with me. I really appreciate all of you and all of your support. Continue to mind your money, you guys. Manage it well and live your lives abundantly. Bye for now.